Welcome to the Ancients, Voice of Africa Story Time.
The worst memory I carry is the sound of drums the day my little sister was chosen to die, even though she did nothing wrong. My name is Toma. I grew up in Arrow Village, the place where red sand meets the wide river. People outside think our village is peaceful, but I know what we hid for many years. I saw it with my own eyes. In our land there was an old tradition. The chief priest told us that the gods wanted blood, and that innocent children had to be killed so the soil could stay kind. Every year the drums would beat, and mothers would cry, yet the priest said crying was also part of the rule. Many of us were born into it, so we believed. Our king then was King Madu. He was quiet and gentle. He never liked the idea of killing children. I once served in the palace as a water boy, and I heard him argue with the chief priest. Enough of sharing blood, the king said. No god should eat a child. The villagers did not like those words. The chief priest called the king stubborn. He told the elders that the king was bringing anger to the land. One market day the priest gathered the people. They shouted that the king must leave the throne. I watched as they removed his crown. King Madu walked away with only a small bag, and the sky looked dry like it was also sad. The priest quickly put his own evil son, Kabi, on the throne. Everybody was happy. They danced and said the gods had new favor. But we never knew what was waiting for us. Just only 1 week after Kabi became king, things changed. The chief priest told us that every market day each family must bring their best harvest for the gods. If you had no harvest, you had to buy food, meat, or bring money. We obeyed. I saw heaps of yams and goats placed at the shrine. Secretly the priest and the new king were taking everything home. They ate what we brought and sold some to neighboring villages. Yet they kept lying that the gods were the ones enjoying it. Soon Kabi began to misuse power. He slept with many single ladies in the village. Some husbands who complained were later killed with false stories from the priest. The priest would say, the man insulted the shrine, and soldiers would drag him away. When people saw the king, they ran for their lives. Then the rain stopped. For many months no drop fell. We planted, but the earth refused to produce. Children grew thin, elders died early, and the market became empty. The gods were truly angry, not because of the dethroned king, but because of the evil priest and his son. One night a hunter called Sego discovered the truth. He followed the priest and saw them carrying shrine gifts to their house. The elders became afraid. But fear still closed their mouths. Far away, King Madu was living in another village as an ordinary man. The gods found him there. I later heard his story from him when he returned. The gods appeared to him in a dream and gave him a sign. When he woke up, an eagle landed near his hut and spoke like a human. The gods empowered the former king with wisdom and strength and told him, go and save your people. The land is cursed and dying. The day King Madu arrived back, something happened that made me shake. It rained heavy, cat and dog, though since he left it never rained. The elders said this must be a good sign. We gathered at the square. As we lifted our eyes, we saw our former king shining in glory. The earth quaked, and all villagers fell on their feet because we could not stand his presence. Even the chief priest was the first to fall down and worship him. The priest began to confess. I lied to the citizens, he cried. My son and I took what belonged to the gods. We killed men with false stories. We planned to eat everything. The king listened and smiled gently. He truly had a heart of gold. Then he lifted his hand and spoke to the gods in an unknown language. An eagle flew past the sky again. I forgive you all, the king said to the villagers. But evil must leave this land. He sent the chief priest away into the forbidden forest to meet judgment for lying and eating what was not his. Kabi, the evil son, begged with his many wives and children. The king, now the mouthpiece of the gods, told him he would be forgiven because of his family, but he must not go unpunished. For 2 years you will work under me as a slave, the king said. After that, you may regain freedom if the people allow you. From that day Arrow village began to heal. Harvest returned slowly, and children were no longer touched by knives of tradition. My sister lived, and many families smiled again. I learned that no lie stays small forever. I was the one exposed to the pain, and also to the joy of change. Advice to listeners. Do not follow a voice that asks for innocent blood. Respect truth more than loud drums. Power without kindness turns a person into a monster, but a good heart can still rebuild what was broken.